you're watching PRK Radio. I'm Jimmy KF5 PRK, and today I want to do a follow-up video to my shack tour. One of my viewers pointed out that on that video, I really didn't do a great job of showing my antennas or my solar and power setup here in the shack. So I kind of wanted to do a quick follow-up to that and show you guys how I power the shack, and also a couple of my antennas that I use. Remember, I operate backyard portable most of the time, so living in an HOA, I don't really have a permanent antenna solution, but I do have a couple that I use. Anyways, let's get into it. All right, well, here in the shack, I figured we'll go over the power first, and then we can go outside, and I'll show you guys the solar panels, how I power the shack completely off-grid, and then also show you guys my antennas as well. So for power, I'm simply using one of these EcoFlow, and let me see if I can get down here and show you guys. But this is my EcoFlow Delta 2 Max, or whatever it is. And this guy right here is fantastic. So I'll put the specs in the description below because I don't remember them off the top of my head. But this thing works great. As you can see, I'm sitting at 98% right now. And I'm not taking in any solar because I don't need to. I've got a full battery. But this thing is fantastic. It does a great job of keeping me powered up here in the shack. There's my power supply for my radios. Just a little simple, cheapo power supply just to get me started. Running the Yaesu FTDX10. Also run my Yaesu FTM500 off of that power supply as well. So does a great job for me. I was doing a little FT8 earlier, but that power supply does a fantastic job, and it runs everything. It's running my computer, my monitors, my lamp, all of it. It runs all of it. So, this is just how I power the shack, and it keeps me from having to, pay an electrician to run power all the way from the house over to the shack. So, but that's the battery right there. Like I said, I'll put the specs in the description below, but that guy pretty much does all the work. I don't have to do anything. And the best thing about these EcoFlow units, or at least this one, I can't speak for all of them, but the best thing about that EcoFlow is the fact that it is RF quiet. I don't get any noise, any RF from the solar or anything like that. It is RF quiet the whole time. So it does not give me any issues whatsoever. But let's go outside and I'll show you guys the solar panels and kind of how I did it. Don't laugh at me. I did it myself. If I did it wrong, I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments below. But I'll show you guys the solar panels and at least one or two of my antennas that I use. All right. So up here, guys, are the solar panels that I'm using. It's just two 400-watt panels. I mounted them to the roof myself. Ooh, wow. Just now looking at them, I need to get up there and clean them. I don't know, maybe someone can let me know in the comments. Is it important to keep them clean? I would think that it is, to keep them clean and keep the dust and everything off of them. Here in Texas, they certainly do get pretty dusty and dirty. But it's just two, I believe they're Renogy, two 200-watt panels, and I'm putting them into the EcoFlow there. The power cables, you can see underneath, maybe you can see, there's my two cables. And then I put some flex or whatever over them just to protect them from the sun a little bit. But yeah, I bolted these right to the deck myself and did all the work myself. And guess what? No leaks. So it works pretty well. I come around here and it's probably not to code, but I just got my cables coming down here and into the bottom of my box here, right? And so in this box is where my antennas go in, as well as my solar cable, my solar power cables, I guess is what you call them, XT60 cables that came with the, or no, I had to buy these separate, I believe. I'll put links to all this stuff because I got the panels off of Amazon, got the XT60 cables off of Amazon. I got everything. I bought the EcoFlow off of Amazon. I'll put a link in the description, or an affiliate link in the description. But that's the power setup. So antennas. We'll start with 2 meters 70 centimeter because it's right up here on this pole, if you can see it. So what I have is this pole, this black pole here, is a fiberglass, and I just have it tied off to one of my fence posts. And then up there is an antenna from N9TAX. It's a roll-up J-pole, and that thing works fantastic. If you can see it there, all the way to the top. It is a great antenna. It's amazing. It just does a fantastic job. So that's for 2 meters 70 centimeter. And then over here, I have an indepth. It's not currently deployed right now. It's just mounted up here. But this is a Nelson's antenna, indepth half wave. And it's good for 40, 20, 15, and 10. And it even gets 17 really well. So I like it. It does a pretty good job. I just don't have a ton of room here. So I have to get creative with this. So just got the wire kind of tied off here right now. And it's just sitting here. So I can deploy this with my TN07 33-foot fiberglass mast and kind of string it across the yard, and I can make it work. It's not ideal. Like I said, I have to play backyard portable. So that is one of my HF antennas. And then the other one is right over here. And it's the one that I've been using all day today. So this is my Chameleon 25-foot, the SS25 whip. I have the coil for 40 meters there. I have the blank adapter. I have the puck for my radials. My radials are pretty simple. They're just this B&Tech Go wire. 3 radials per banana plug, 6 banana plugs for a total of 18 radials. And all my radials, I cut them at about 10 feet long, or 3 meters roughly. And I just put them down. So if they're all 10 feet long and there's 18 of them, that's 180 feet of wire laying on the ground. And that tends to work really, really well. And I'm just feeding that with some Messi and Poloni Sahara 7, I believe this is, and then a res antenna choke that I connect up to it. So somebody, I'm sure you guys can tell me if this is not a good way to do this, but I just run the choke into the blank and then come down here to the Messi and Poloni and connect it up. And then I run it back here to that box that I showed you guys on the back of the shack here. But that thing, it just seems to work really well. This Messi and Poloni coax is fantastic. I also like ABR Industries coax. They're right here in Texas. That's kind of nice. But this works out really well. You can see some of my radials are knocked out of whack. So, fun fact, I have a little family of rabbits that live underneath my shack. You can see where they go in and out in some of these little areas here. They don't really bother me, so I don't bother them, but they're always getting in and out of the shack. So it's kind of fun to watch them run around the backyard, but they will, from time to time, run across these ground radials and knock them out of whack. But typically what I do is, I'll set this up and play radio for a few days, and then I'll tear it back down. And so I don't leave it up. If you leave it up and your lawn guy comes and mows the grass, you could get your coax cut up. Ask me how I know. Here on the whip, what I do, I don't know if you can see that. Maybe you can, but right here, I just mark it. So once I get it tuned for the band, like 20 meters right here, I just put a little Sharpie mark on it and I write 20 meters. And if I come up, oh, you can't really see it, but as I lower this whip and it comes into tune for, say, 17, I make my mark again, and so on and so forth. Yeah, there's my 17 mark right here. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's my 17 meter mark. And then I go up and there's a 15 and a 12 and a 10. And 40, I don't have to mark because 40 is just all 25 feet of whip and the coil. So right now I have the coil shorted and I'm just using a little piece of speaker wire and a couple banana plugs, and you short the coil and then you can leave it attached, and you know, just up and down with the whip to the, you know, till you get into resonance on the various bands. If I want to run 40, I just come out here and I raise the whip all the way up to the full max height, and I pull this out, and I'm on 40 meters, and it is dead solid low, like 1.0 to 1 SWR. It's like dead perfect. So these whips, you really can't beat them. There are no matching units. That is not a transformer whatsoever. That's just a blank. That just gives me a spot to plug in coax. That's all that is. And I am using a Chameleon 21-inch ground spike that I beat in the ground with a rubber mallet, and then I just screw everything on. But there is no transformer here. And you can really get super anal with these things, and you can get them down to, like I said, 1.0 to 1 SWR if you really want to play with it. And it doesn't take that long to do so. But if you get close, you know, 1.2 or whatever, you know, go get on the air and quit messing around, because that's good enough. But these things, you can't beat them. They're a fantastic antenna system, and they work great whether you go to the park with them or you're right here in your backyard operating backyard portable. But that's my setup. That's the antennas that I use. And I have other antennas. I have a Buddy Stick Pro and some others, but that in-fed half wave and this antenna are pretty much my go-to antennas here at home. So that's the antennas that I have set up at home. As you guys can see, I do not have a big backyard. There's my generator over there, and I don't have a lot of space to work with. So this is what I'm working with, and I make it work. Anyway, that's the antennas. Let's get back in the shack. What do you say? All right, guys. Well, that's going to be a wrap for this one. That was just a follow-up, really. Just wanted to show you guys the antennas. I forget what viewer it was, but someone did point out that I didn't do a great job at that. So I apologize for that, and this is a follow-up to that. But anyway, that's the antennas that I use, and that's kind of the solar and how I have it set up. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments down below all the mistakes that I made. So please, if you're going to do that, just be nice about it, would you? I never claimed to be an electrician. I can plug things in, and I can follow instructions, and I can do the best I can. But that's my shack. This is how I did it. Is it the best way? Probably not. But it's my way, and it works for me, and it works really well. So really like the shack, and like how it came out. This place turned out better than I could have imagined, and I really enjoy it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to the channel. If you like this kind of content, please hit that subscribe button down below, and hit that thumbs up and let me know that you like it. Leave me a comment too. That really helps me out, and it's all free to you. I will put some affiliate links below to the items that I have affiliate links for, and I will put links to the things even if I don't have an affiliate link. I will put links in the description for the things that I showed today down below. So until next time, I love you guys to death, and be good to one another out there. 7-3.